Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss a new rumor about Scream 7 that came out, I guess it's a couple days ago now, and I wanted to spend a little time thinking about it before making you guys a video. But I'm doing it now, and this source of the rumor is a reliable source historically. So the rumor explains more about the storyline just a little bit, but mostly reveals some of the strategy and immediate plans for casting. Now, as with any rumor, I always tell you, take it with a grain of salt until such a time that it becomes an official announcement. Now, having said that, it's time to dive in to these latest rumors. Let's go!
Hi, everyone. This is Eliza Coleman, the stunt coordinator on Hereditary and Kevin Williamson's film Sick, and you are watching Craven Something Scary.
So the Scream News X account has posted the latest Scream 7 rumor that is sourced by Daniel Richtman, who is a Hollywood insider and has proven to be a credible source. My previous video I posted also had him as the original source of this rumor. So he's not just some unknown, entity out there. He does have a track record, okay? So here is the latest rumor. We see here that it says they are looking to cast Sid's 2 kids. It seems like the movie will focus on Sid's family, as all 4, that's her husband, and the 2 kids, are listed as leads. And then it says at the end there are other lead characters, teens and adult, and again, that's via Daniel at Daniel RPK on X. So let's back up and start with the first sentence. They are looking to cast Sid's 2 kids. Now, what's interesting about this is how, we talked a lot on this channel and on live streams and videos where I'm like, let's have a Sidney-focused Scream movie. And I think we're definitely getting that. But what's interesting about it is that, according, again, to Daniel here, we're getting all 4 members of the family as leads in the story. So this leads me to wonder about the 2 kids. And could this possibly mean that we're going to see a time jump in Scream 7 where her kids are now older? Like they could be like high school kids now. Is that going to happen? Where the kids are actively involved in the storyline? Or are we going to see them still as being, pretty young, probably 6-7 years old, estimating, right? Somewhere in that range. And if that's the case, I don't know how they would consider them leads, because he says that Sid's family are listed as the leads. So it's just something to think about when you're talking about the kid characters, because if they're truly the lead characters, now I know kids, there are kids who are lead characters in movies that are young. I get that, but I just want to pose the question for you guys to think about. Could it be that the kids are going to be older in Scream 7? Therefore, they are contributing much more in a leading role with the storyline, especially considering they're going to be under, I would imagine, being under attack or being chased or pursued by Ghostface. So just a question I want to throw out there. But I also like to see that, he's got Sidney, he's got her husband, and 2 kids. So again, this is another indicator that I think we have a good chance to get Patrick Dempsey back as Mark Kincaid, which would be absolutely fantastic. And I've been wanting that for a very, very long time, to have him back in the franchise again. So we'll have to see. He did Thanksgiving. He was wonderful in Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a Spyglass film. So he already has a relationship with the studio. So I think that bodes well for Patrick Dempsey to return and be in Scream 7, playing Sidney's husband. And according to this from Daniel, RPK, it looks like that's what the movie's going to be focused on. Sid's family, the 2 kids, Sidney and her husband, listed as leads. So I think that, again, and remember, on the last issue of Production Weekly, I did a video on this last week, and we saw the mention at the bottom. It wasn't officially on the cast list, but it did say at the bottom of the update of Scream 7 that Patrick Dempsey has been discussed as Mark Kincaid. So basically, it was at least a credible enough source that Production Weekly themselves included it in the update for Scream 7. So I think where there's smoke, there's fire, I guess, right? And I think there's a lot of smoke that Patrick Dempsey is coming back. And nothing's official, of course. Remember that. There is no official announcement. When something does become official like that, I will let you guys know right away. The minute I find out, I will do a breaking news video and possibly a live stream. So keep that in mind. And then finally, to end it, it says also at the bottom, there are other lead characters, teens and adult. So this again kind of takes me back to the idea that we're going to continue to see the cult of Ghostface expand. Just as we saw Jason and Greg, in New York, and obviously Amber and Richie were in Woodsboro in California. So the cult of Ghostface, I do believe this will continue to show that the cult is a real thing, that there are people across the country that are committed to finishing Richie's movie or carrying out, maybe not having that as the motive again, but it could be, but that, or just carrying out what the cult leader once accomplished. So I think that that's very possible. And I think it's also very possible that these other teens and adult lead characters could be in a different city. They don't necessarily have to be where Sidney and her family are. So it could definitely be a different place, have 2 locations. But if not, then they could also be in the same city as of course, Sidney's family. That's a big question. We'll have to wait and see. I'm anxious to hear about the filming locations once they've secured them. They probably already have secured them now, or in the course of doing so, but they haven't announced it. So once the announcement's made again, guys, make sure you hit the bell icon here, set your notifications to all, so everything I post you get notified, because when the news starts to break, and I suspect over the next few weeks, especially now that we're into the second week of April already, I think we're going to start getting news flowing pretty aggressively very soon. So stay tuned there. But I think either way, even if it's the same city, I think it's still this other storyline of these other lead characters. I think we'll be focusing on the cult of Ghostface. And, of course, as you guys know, as the self-professed conductor of the Stew Train, it's the Stu Mocker Ghostface cult in my book. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, look, I'm going to leave it there. But I want to know, what do you think about these newest rumors regarding Sidney and Mark and the two girls being the lead characters in the story, and also having some additional side leads in that are teens and adult as well? I want to know what your thoughts, ideas, and theories are about what you think could happen, and or maybe what you want to see happen or don't want to see happen. Any of those or all of them would be great. But I need to know through your comments. That's how I'm going to know what you're thinking. So start leaving your comments below right now in the comments section so we can discuss it together and I can see what you guys are thinking. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this update. I'll be back soon with more Scream 7 and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.